Shout out to the Ring Kings Boxing family. I'm Big Q chiming in on this episode of Ring Kings Boxing. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Join the platform, man. Ring Kings Boxing, we up in this thing. Let me tell you guys about a little story about a fighter, a very smart and meticulous fighter that knows how to select fights. This fighter was finally able to kind of line up a matchup with one of the division's top fighters. But in essence, between two fighters, he chose one inactive fighter who hadn't fought in over 2 years. Said inactive fighter getting ready for probably his biggest fight in his young career has now backed out of the fight because he's not ready. Said twin brother steps up to fight Canelo. You can't make this stuff up, man. I know it sounds confusing, but that's what the hell happened in the world of boxing, and that's what we're dealing with. Is Canelo Alvarez is to face Jermell Charlo, not his brother Jermall, in the September fight. So it was a multiple fight contract that Canelo's team signed with PBC. So at the end of the day, you might have gotten the Charlo that you wanted, but you possibly is still going to get a very entertaining fight. So let's cover this, man. This broke the other day. In the abrupt turn of events, Alvarez, Canelo says that he was the undisputed 168-pound champion, has been preparing for a showdown with 160-pound title holder Jermall Charlo. Will instead face Charlo's twin brother Jermall, the undisputed at 154-pound champion, in the clash of four belt title holders lined up for September. Now, Jermall, who has been dealing with significant personal issues, did not believe he would be in the right headspace to train properly for a Canelo fight. Sources familiar with the situation told SI. And I'm going to come back to this point momentarily, but Jermall, who's 32-0, has not fought since June of 21, when he claimed a lopsided decision win over Juan Macias Montiel. Now, Jermall, who's been recovering from a left hand injury, has been out of the ring since May of 2022. Now, Jermall, who's 35-1-1, has been preparing for a title defense against Tim Tszyu, the undefeated Australian who has picked up back-to-back knockout wins over Tony Harrison and Carlos Ocampo this year. Instead, Jermall will move up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo Alvarez, who's coming off a win over John Ryder in May. Now, Alvarez and Charlo will air on Showtime pay-per-view. Very interesting bit of information here. And I think the fight was lined up for September 30th. There it is right here. Shout out to Bad Left Hook. Canelo will fight Jermall, not Jermall Charlo, official for September the 30th. So there you go. So we got these two fighters lined up. Case in point, number one, let's go back to the original article. A lot of people in the division have been complaining about the fact that Jermall hasn't fought in over 2 years and is still in possession of the titles. A lot of the fighters that are there are saying that Jermall should be stripped of the titles, and when he's ready to come back, he'll have an opportunity to fight for him. So that's the commentary that's being made by the fighters. Now, I want you guys to give me your thoughts on that. That's fair. A guy hasn't had a fight in over 2 years, and the top contenders in that division are waiting for an opportunity there. And if the man is dealing with personal issues, step away, relinquish the belts, and when he's ready, he'll get the first shot at the belts when he comes back. So this is intriguing and interesting, but we'll see how that all shakes moving forward. So Jermall is now stepping in to take on Canelo Alvarez. So this is going to be interesting, man. So this is going to be very, I don't know if I ever seen anything like this, but this is going to be really intriguing because some people believe that Jermall is better than Jermall in their fight. They're both really good fighters, but some people believe Jermall is not a lot, but it's better than Jermall. And for him to get an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez at a certain weight, which is left hook covers it, as they talk about the fight being for September the 30th. So on pay-per-view, bout will be the first of the reported 3-fight deal between Canelo and Premier Boxing Champions. That's the first fight. Prior reports that it will likely that Canelo will face Jermall Charlo, who hasn't fought in 2 years, has held the WBC middleweight title since Canelo left that division. Instead, it will be Jermell, the reigning and undisputed 154-pound champion, jumping up 2 divisions to face the reigning undisputed 168-pound champion, as you can imagine. Now, this will be interesting. Now, the fight will take place in Las Vegas through an exact venue was not named. Canelo's 9 fights in Las Vegas since the T-Mobile Arena opened in 2016. 7 have been at that venue. So the other 2 have been at the MGM Grand, including the PBC fight with Caleb Plant back in 21. Is it expected that the fight will be on Showtime, but that wasn't noted on the poster either. So Canelo, who's 59-2 with 39 knockouts, hasn't fought since May the 6th in Mexico, beating Ryder, and would turn out to be his last fight working with Matchroom and the DAZN. Now, Charlo's 35-1, 19 knockouts, hasn't fought since May of 22. Rematch with Brian Castano. He was slated to face Tim Tszyu in January, but a left hand injury postponed the fight, and things have certainly worked out in favor of Jermell's bank account here. So what do you guys think about this, man? You don't get one Charlo, you get the other. And Canelo said, that's fine, man. I'll take him on. So 2 weight classes to take on Canelo Alvarez. Even though I know Charlo, Jermall can fight. Jermall could fight. But this is to the benefit of Canelo Alvarez. And I want you guys to kind of chime in and give me your thoughts on this. Well, this is in favor of Canelo. I did a stream last time just talking about how super intelligent Canelo Alvarez is about matchmaking. How him and his team does the research on fighters. Even though I like the Charlos, this is going to be a very difficult fight for both of them. Both of these guys have not been as active as you want them to be. One of them has been out of the sport for 2 years. And when I did the stream before this news broke the other day, when I did the stream last week, I was like, man, this is a no-brainer for Canelo to fight a guy that hasn't fought in 2 years. No matter how good he is, he's going to be severe amounts of ring rust there. And if you are Jermall, you want to have a lesser opponent that you want to kind of work your ring rust off. You don't want to jump straight out of inactivity against Canelo Alvarez. He knows that. That's why he had to have a problem taking this fight. And then, of course, Jermall is there, who also hasn't fought in a while. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys get ready for Canelo Alvarez. And remember, it's a 3-fight deal with PBC. So both Charlos involved, we'll see. But moving up 2 weight classes, or they'll probably fight at a catch weight, all that'll be revealed. But the reality is this is going to be a very difficult fight for either one of the Charlos, man. And listen, I got love for the Charlos going all the way back on this channel. I always big up those guys, the Charlos, Haney, Shaquille Stevens, all those guys. I always gave them a lot of credit. But this is too much. This might be too much for him to deal with. Canelo Alvarez has been active, and Canelo knows how to fight. He's smart in the ring, and I think this would be a fight that Jermall won't win. I don't think this will be a win for Jermall Charlo. If Jermall was fighting, I don't think it'll be a win for him either, especially in those circumstances coming off of all this inactivity. So what do you guys think about that? Y'all chime in the comment section below and let me know how you feel about Canelo against either one of these Charlos. I think it'll be coming off of that much of inactivity. That's a win for Canelo. For Jermall, who I think Jermall is a little bit better than Jermall fighting him, but he has to move up 2 classes to fight him. This is going to be difficult. So if you force me to take one on it, say Q name, give me one right now. Who you got? I would have to say Canelo in both these fights, man. In both these fights, just not the right circumstances for the Charlos to take this fight right now, with both of them dealing with inactivity and injury. So that's my take. Y'all tell me y'all's, put it in the comment section below. Let me know. This will do it for this episode of Ring Kings Boxing. Thank you guys for joining me. Please feel free to smash the like button, hit the share button, and join and share our show with the rest of the boxing community as we keep it going. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.